Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. Ripple patent infringement lawsuit dismissed as XRP Securities lawsuit moves forward. Sounds like a little bit of a victory right there. I tell you what, everybody be suing Ripple these days. Ain't make no damn sense. So I'm going to run through this story with you. And also, some of you may be familiar with this, but there's so much frickin' news out there. Even for me, who is researching / making content for YouTube on the topic for every day, spending literally typically about 3 hours a day. It's too much for me to keep track of. Like, I feel like there's not enough time for me to have enough repetition to remember everything that I'm absorbing here. But I'm going to go back to the beginning and explain what this was and what actually happened. But before we go any further here, if you would please delicately tap that like button, and if you're a fan of stupid, bogus lawsuits being dismissed, go ahead and subscribe to the Moon Lambo channel, because why the hell not? And I'll tell you this, I want to share with you this tweet here. This is from Galgatron, and it was in response to when this story broke. Here's the headline that originally came with this. From Daily Hodl, this is from January 15th this year now. Ripple hit with patent infringement lawsuit. Crypto startup responds to allegations. And I remember running through the story and just thinking, what the hell are these people talking about here? And you'll understand why I had that stance after I give you a little refresher, or maybe some of you had missed the story when it came out anyway. But Galgatron wrote this in response to this story. He wrote, "Be prepared. Ripple is going to get hit with frivolous lawsuit after frivolous lawsuit, all attempting to spread FUD about their future. This latest one is a joke. I swear, sooner or later, somebody's going to be coming out stating that Ripple's somebody's baby daddy, and then you're going to have Ripple actually being court-ordered to go through a paternity test. Like, that's how absurd this nonsense is getting, okay? So let's go ahead and just, again, refresher time here for what this story is about. New court documents show Ripple is responding to a patent infringement lawsuit and asking a judge to throw out the case. North Carolina-based Cooperative Entertainment is suing Ripple for violating a patent filed in September of 2013 and approved in August of 2016. The patent describes a node-based network designed to power peer-to-peer content distribution. Now check this out, because it's bonkers sounding on the surface, okay? Even if this is your first time hearing of this, just check this out. Especially the last part of what I'm about to read to you. The present invention provides systems and methods for peer-to-peer dynamic networks and or subnetworks for file distribution between peers receiving the same content. Okay, that part doesn't sound as wacky, but keep listening. In particular, any instance of large data file distribution to recipient peer nodes is considered within the scope of the present invention, including but not limited to video file distribution, game content distribution, large data files, and combinations thereof. Any packet and or stream of data that is ordered correctly and delivered in a timely way is considered the content for distribution within the P2P dynamic networks and or subnetworks of the present invention. And so upon first reading that, I thought, holy crap, they're not just talking about RippleNet here. It's like, as I read this, I think they may actually be talking about the decentralized XRP ledger. Ripple over this damn stuff here. And if you go into Galgatron's thread here, I think he addressed this. I was looking at this a little bit earlier today. Yeah, here we go. Somebody asked Galgatron, so this lawsuit, does this apply to the XRP ledger or their proprietary software suite, Xcurrent, etc.? And Galgatron responded, both apparently, plus pretty much any messaging software in existence. And that's exactly how I took it when I read through that the first time. That was my own initial thought. I was like, oh my god, this covers like everything. So it made no damn sense here. And so there you go. That's why my initial thought was just right in my gut. I was like, oh my god, this has got to be completely bogus, completely frivolous here. But here we are. And then it states, Cooperative Entertainment claims Ripple's payment technology, including its use of XRP, violates the patent. Ripple filed a motion to dismiss the case last Thursday. The payment startup says Cooperative Entertainment has failed to provide enough evidence to support its case and prove Ripple infringed on the patent. A hearing on the case is currently scheduled for February 13th in San Francisco. And it is currently February... Wait, is it the 11th? Or is it the 12th? Whatever. It's about that. It's not the 13th yet. Whatever it is. But go ahead and anyway, jump to this today now. Ripple patent infringement lawsuit dismissed as XRP Securities lawsuit moves forward. Ripple has scored a new legal victory. Court documents show that Cooperative Entertainment, Inc. dismissed its patent infringement case against the San Francisco startup with prejudice late last week. Well, how about that? In other words, the lawsuit is permanently dismissed. Might you think that they realized maybe they were grasping at straws? Anyway, the North Carolina-based Cooperative Entertainment hit Ripple with a lawsuit in September of last year, accusing the company of violating a patent approved in 2016. The patent describes a peer-to-peer network controlled by nodes that facilitates content distribution. Cooperative Entertainment claimed that Ripple's payments technology, which includes the use of the native token XRP, violated the patent. The reason for the dismissal was not disclosed. Wah, wah, shrouded in secrecy. With the Cooperative Entertainment lawsuit out of the way, Ripple still faces a much publicized lawsuit on whether the company is illegally selling XRP as an unregistered security. Okay, so there's a case out there, fair enough in bringing it up, but is there anybody in the room that actually believes it's possible at all that XRP will be deemed a security? I mean, come on. So the SEC just let Ripple run wild the last 7 years, but man, after coming down hard on some ICOs in 2017 and thereafter, letting Ripple slide during that whole time period, now they're really going to come down with the hammer on Ripple, right? Okay. A judge in that case is now considering Ripple's motion to dismiss the lawsuit. In 2018, Ripple settled a separate lawsuit with the enterprise blockchain technology firm R3, which sued the San Francisco startup for allegedly violating a purchasing agreement. R3 claimed Ripple backed out of an agreement allowing it to purchase 5 billion XRP for 0.0085 cents per coin. The two companies battled it out in court for about a year before reaching a settlement in September of 2018. And if memory serves, that settlement ended up being, whatever the terms of it were, it ended up being private in nature. So I don't think that we really ever got to find out anything about how that was ultimately settled there. But look, as Galgatron, I think he made a rather salient point. There's going to be a ton of frivolous lawsuits, and the more success Ripple has, the more litigious entities are going to get. And with venomous intent, because a lot of this, it really will be bogus, and it'll be just shady characters that want to see if they can sue and Ripple and see if something sticks, so they can have a monetary benefit, or maybe even something else. But certainly monetary would be the first thing to come to mind here. So who knows? Can you imagine how many this would be a fun game to play. We should put some bets on this. How many times is Ripple going to get sued over the next, like, say, 5 years? I'm guessing a fair bit. Again, it doesn't ever mean that they're doing something wrong. It's just people being people, man. Next, let's go ahead and jump into this piece now. It's unrelated, but I just want to share it with you because I found it fascinating. This is from Bitcoinist.com. Fed chairman shows support for private crypto transactions. Well, how about that? Now, the title caught my attention because I've talked about my hesitation regarding the concept of believing conceptually that cryptocurrencies that are privacy coins are going to have staying power. I've not outright stated that they're necessarily for sure going to go away, but there are big questions around them because you can think about what it would mean in terms of, how much easier it is if a coin is truly anonymous and private, how much easier it would be to engage in nefarious activities, illicit activities here. And you can already see the direction that many governments of the world over have been going in terms of just banning them outright, and then cryptocurrency exchanges are delisting those cryptocurrencies, and so that's been coming. But I've also acknowledged that there can be legitimate instances where individuals and businesses deserve need to have privacy around transactions in the world of crypto. And so I speculated that perhaps the solution could be found in perhaps Layer 2 technology, but if you're going to allow Layer 1, which is the cryptocurrency itself, you're going to have to find a reasonable way to regulate this, which currently does not exist. And so that being my very brief background, I don't want to go any further than that. Just reading this headline, it caught my attention for those reasons initially anyway. So Fed Chairman Jerome Powell testified this morning in front of the House Finance Services Committee on the state of the U.S. economy and monetary policy. During his testimony, Chairman Powell acknowledged the need for privacy in private crypto transactions, sparking bullish sentiment on social media. And you can see there's a tweet from Anthony Pompliano talking about this here. As noted by founding partner at Morgan Creek Capital Management, Anthony Pompliano, sentiment has turned bullish on social media after Fed Chairman Jerome Powell's testimony this morning on Capitol Hill. Chairman Powell spoke to the House Financial Services Committee for almost 3 hours this morning. The Fed chief spoke on a variety of crypto-related topics, including Facebook's Libra and the implications that the social media giant's digital currency could have on monetary policy. He also addressed the recent liquidity injections in the repo market and its low volatility. Its volatility, not low volatility. Chairman Powell also addressed economic challenges presented by the coronavirus outbreak and the spillover effect we could see in the economy. He also addressed the Equifax cyber attack yesterday by Chinese hackers and financial data protections. Powell also spoke out in support of private cryptocurrency transactions, such as those offered by privacy coins like Monero and Zcash. The chairman admitted that a fully transparent system where everyone can see everyone else's financial transactions and balances is not ideal for the U.S. economy. Which conceptually is fascinating to me, because right now consider that due to the nature of paper money, you can have pretty gosh darn anonymous transactions take place. But as we increasingly get away from paper money transactions and metallic currency coins, I hate metallic currency, metal coins, ain't nobody got time for that. As that increasingly goes extinct, you're going to have a world where really it's without some sort of allowing of these private transactions with cryptocurrency like this, you'd have a world where you can't have private transactions anymore the further you get away from cash and metallic currency. So it's fascinating that he's recognizing it. This is the first sentence of anybody related to the government in any capacity that I've seen state anything along these lines. So yeah, it definitely caught my attention. But that's it for this video. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo!